Hey, Sharon.
Hey, Katie.
Guess what?
What? Chicken butt?
No, but we do have, some listeners these days. More.
Yeah.
We're growing in popularity.
That's awesome.
That's how we fucking roll.
That's right.
But so I was thinking this thing, because, that means that we're using more bandwidth and stuff on our, host site. And then, we actually have to pay for shit now.
Whoa.
So I was thinking that some of our listeners, or even maybe some people our listeners know, might want to, sponsor us.
Ooh.
We could do in this little weird spot right here where people are wondering why the hell we're talking before the music has even started.
Yeah.
It could be your commercial.
There you go.
And Sharon and I would be talking like this and going, hey, guess what? This product is fucking awesome and you should totes use it.
That's right.
That would be rad, wouldn't it?
It'd be sweet.
So, yeah, I'm going to put some details on our blog. I'm actually going to make a tab about it on our blog so that people can go there and read it. So go to twoartsygals.wordpress.com and look on the sponsorship opportunities tab, and you can find out how awesome it'll be, because it'll be super affordable. You'll feel like you're stealing from us, I swear. Check it out.
Unicorns and glitter and taxidermy critters are just some of the things they like. They also enjoy 80s hair bands, Grizzly Adams and John Goodman, so if you think that's weird, then you can take a hike. But the things they enjoy the most are making art and cracking jokes, so without further ado, here are your hosts. You've got your two artsy gals, your two artsy gals. Here are your two artsy gals.
Hey, everybody. This is Katie.
This is Sharon.
And you are listening to the Two Artsy Gals podcast. Woohoo! I feel like we're kind of in an introduction rut. I do that every time. People probably go, hey, everybody, this is Katie. They probably say it along because they know what's happening. But I guess it's not a bad thing.
That's good, right?
Yeah, I think it's okay. So, yeah, today, Sharon and I are going to be talking about some apps and stuff. Yes, apps for your phone. I know that sounds kind of weird, but...
7-minute apps.
What? What the fuck are you even talking about? I just broke my pen while we were talking. That's stupid.
What about Mary? 7-minute abs?
Oh, fuck. I was like,
it's funny if I have to explain it to you.
I know, but I'm slow on the uptake, and honestly, I haven't seen that movie in, a long time. So, I'm having hot flush. I'm just getting out of my sweater now. So, that's not a woo-worthy thing, because I could go homicidal any second now. So, anyway, back to the app thing. We actually tried this episode once before, and we just ended up not recording it because it felt kind of forced and weird. But I tried to research a bunch of apps and, find cool artsy apps and stuff like that, and I think that it was just we were trying to talk about some things that we weren't familiar with, and it just kind of made it a weird episode. Do you remember that episode when we were I don't think we're gonna do this one.
Yeah, this isn't working.
No, but there are apps that I use on my phone all the time that are either directly related to my creative process or help me fucking keep on track.
Mm-hmm.
So I just thought if we had a conversation about our favorite apps that help us do those things that are related, that somebody else might benefit from it.
There you go.
Or we might learn about some cool shit. If people say, hey, you should try this app, that would be cool. And let's face it, I'm addicted to my fucking phone. So.
Lightbox.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. Do you know how long I've had a smartphone?
How long?
Less than a year.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was
I feel like I remember when you got it.
I made a pretty big deal about it when I did get it. Because I was pretty fucking excited. But I just didn't feel like I needed one because I'm at home all the time. But then I started not being at home all the time, and I started using, public transportation. And I used the Lyft bus, which is a door-to-door service for handicapped people. And I need to be able to call them when they're not on time, because sometimes they're totally not on time.
Or they go to the wrong house.
They did that to me last week.
I know.
They sent someone to the wrong fucking place, and so I was stuck downtown for an hour while they figured it out. And I'm like, you bastards. It's a good thing I had good company that day, because I was ticked off.
Yeah.
But
Well,
anyway, that's why I decided I needed a phone. That was totally off topic. The biggest deal for me is time management, because I just can't keep track of time. I don't know about you, but I just lose track of time, and sometimes I have to schedule my art. Like, I have to remind myself that I need to take time to do that.
Totally.
Or if I'm doing a big project, sometimes I have to rein it in and only allow myself to work a certain amount of time.
Yeah, for sure.
So, like, I think the biggest thing that I use most often, Sharon and I use the Google Calendar. That's what we schedule our recording shit on there. And so we know what days we're recording and what episodes we're recording. And I use it for the rest of my life, too. And I can make all those calendars interact and all show up on my phone. I can have all my shit show up on one calendar. So it all interacts with each other. And I know what I'm fucking doing.
Yeah.
It's going to be noisy today. We're kind of doing a throw together. So you might hear Sharon's dog. You might hear my dog. You might hear one of Sharon's kids. You never know. It's a wild ride today. But
That's right.
And you use the calendar, like Google Calendar, a lot.
I do. I also use, I think it's iCal. I use that too.
And that's specifically for an iPod.
Mm-hmm.
Does that interact with
iPod
Google? Does that interact with Google Calendar at all? Or
I'm not sure if it does, but I like both. I've used both a lot. I think they're great.
yeah. Well, it sure helps me keep track of stuff. And I've actually tried other scheduling apps and calendar. I've even bought a few, like where they're a little bit more in depth and you like type in your whole schedule and it puts it on a calendar. But honestly, it's just it ends up being too much.
Yeah, sometimes the basic streamline stuff is all you need.
Yeah.
And that's why I like the Google Calendar and the iCal. They work.
Yeah, I think the big fancy shit with all the bells and whistles appeals to like this weird OCD list making thing that I have.
Mm-hmm.
But then I know ultimately I just am not going to be able to maintain that. When you have to spend 25 minutes setting your schedule up for the week, like,
yeah.
I'm not going to I do that like for 2 weeks in a row and then I go, bleh.
Right.
I can't do that. And I also just use the plain old fucking clock app on my iPhone.
Mm-hmm.
I set alarms I have alarms for everything.
Oh, me too. Yeah, I can't remember anything.
No, neither
So,
can I.
yeah, I love them.
Because, heaven forbid I actually look at a clock to see what time it is while I'm doing something. But you just get sucked in. Like, sometimes I have to set alarms just to remind myself, hey, you need to stop doing shit at this time so you can start getting ready to do other shit. Or
Right. My thing was, this happen, making dinner. I would forget to stop and make dinner.
Me too.
So it's like, oh, people might want to eat.
Yeah, especially when it's not just you.
Yeah, and especially during the summertime, because then it's so light out so late, and then it's like, oh, wow, it's 8 o'clock.
I do that. I've done that a few times this summer. And thankfully, like, my son, he's never around anymore. He's 19, so he technically still lives here, but he rarely eats here. So it's not as big of a deal now as it was a couple of years ago.
When he was 5.
But yeah, when he was 5, and he would be like, Mommy, when are you going to make dinner? And I'm like, what? It's light out. Oh, shit. I forgot. It's summer. Ow, ow. I don't know what just happened. I got hooked to my desk by my headphones cord. And I was like,
It's kind of crazy.
I couldn't move. But yeah, actually I should. So I think those are the two big time management things that I prefer to use. And again, like I said, I've tried the fancy dancy, the ones I've paid for quite a few. I wish I could remember the names of some of them, because some of them are pretty cool. I mean, if you're into that thing, if that's your jam, there are some really cool ones out there. But it's just it ends up being too fucking much.
Yeah.
But another thing that I like to use, and this is saying a lot to my nerdiness, but I like accountability apps.
Oh.
That like kind of hold you accountable for what you're doing in your day. Okay. So this is something that our listeners probably don't know about me unless they know me personally, but I'm kind of a WoW nerd. And for people who don't know, that is World of Warcraft. If you don't know what it is, I don't know what fucking rock you're living under. But I don't play anymore because that is a time suck. Beyond all time sucks.
I hadn't heard you talk about it for a long time.
No, I haven't played in about a year. But I am planning to come back when I have my ankle surgery in November. It's gonna be the glorious comeback of Nehruun, and I'm going to fucking melt faces. Okay, sorry. But you didn't hear that just now. But it won't be a glorious comeback. I'll play for I'll get the new expansion and level up and then go, ugh, nobody I know plays anymore. But anyway, this does have to do with what I'm talking about. So the accountability apps, there are a few that are kind of like RPG things. And like role-playing game. I guess not everybody knows what an RPG is. So
you're being all fancy with
I know. I'm being super nerdgasm over here. So there are two that I've used before. I used Epic Win for a while. And now I've recently discovered a friend of mine, Casey, actually told me about this one called Habit RPG.
Mm-hmm.
And basically what it is you set goals for yourself during the day. Or, whatever, during the week. And then if you follow through with the goals, you get awarded, gold and silver and all that stuff. And then you can,
my friends have this app for their kids for chores.
I bet you it's Habit. I bet you it's the Habit RPG. And it's kind of like all done in 8-bit video game animation. So your little character looks like they could be in like Mario World or some shit like that. I don't know. It appeals to so many levels of my under nerdiness. The layers of the onion that is Katie. But I do find it really useful because sometimes it actually, Epic Win kind of got me out of an art rut this summer because I put on there, spend an hour doing art.
Uh-huh.
And then if I did it, I got this little imaginary award and it was awesome.
So you don't get to, turn it in or anything.
No. But it's still, you're getting gold and silver, and then you get, equipment. You can get, cool things for your character, or you can get, weapons, and you get more health and more experience points. And I'm telling you now, I am fucking spewing nerdgasm all over the place. I'm a little bit embarrassed.
Yeah, you are. You are.
You're just, Sharon's looking at me like, oh my god, I feel like I'm talking to my husband. But it's fun, and if that's the way your brain works, and if you kind of need to trick yourself into, even if they're imaginary awards, it's kind of neat to have a little accountability app that it encourages you to stick to goals that you've set for yourself. Yeah. So, whatever fucking works. I mean, let's face it. It is hard putting your shoes on and getting out the door every morning and doing the shit that you need to do. So, whatever it takes to make life a little fucking easier, why not just do it?
There you go.
So, there. Do you have anything like that you use, or are you a normal human being?
I'm a normal human being. I am not a complete nerd. I think the ones that I use, I do want to mention this one. Maybe it's out of place, but it has a little bit to do with marketing yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And it's called Hootsuite. It's Hoot, like an owl.
Wait, you told me about this and I forgot until just this moment. What the fuck is Hootsuite? You told me about it.
Yeah, it's Hootsuite, Hootsuite. So basically you can do your social media all in one place. So you can make a little, whatever. I'm having a sale right now. And it'll go to Facebook, Twitter, Google,
oh my shit, that saves so much time.
Yeah, right? And you can do it to your different Facebook pages, I think. So it's really...
will it let you post to more pages than one?
Yeah, it all goes to the same time.
I mean more Facebook pages. You don't have to
I'm pretty sure.
That's awesome because I haven't found an app that will do. I found them that will post to a specific Facebook page.
Yeah.
But not that will post to all of them at once.
I think it will. I haven't done the update yet, but I'm pretty sure that it will. But check it out. It's nice. It's really basic. It's real straightforward. It just gets your stuff out there all at the same time. So if you're on the road or you just need to put something out there really quick without having to get to every account, you just type it up and it's out. And it's really short because Twitter, you can only have so many characters.
You can just jot something down really quick and then, hey, there's more of this in the store. Jump over there. And
yeah, totally.
That's really cool. I actually wrote that down so I won't forget it this time. So
yeah,
that is pretty awesome. And it's a really good time management tool as far as that, because I think we talked about this over the summer when we were doing our series on selling your art, that it's a commitment. The social networking part of it is important because everybody's on social media now. You have to utilize it if you want to. Yeah, it
makes me want to barf.
Yeah, but you have to. But this kind of takes the whole, do I have to go do this on every single thing? And also, I think it'll eliminate the big, problem that I have with Facebook is if I get on Facebook, I'm on Facebook for 2 fucking hours.
Right, exactly. That's the other thing too. Because then you just do it and you're done. You're not in Facebook. You do it and you're done.
Bloop, there you go. And I never fucking use my Twitter. I don't know the last tweet. I know that I have my Twitter account, my one Twitter account set to tweet when I post. It's connected to my art blog. Mm-hmm. So it posts, and I think I have our Two Artsy Gals Twitter account set so that it tweets when we post to our blog. But other than that, I don't, that's too much to keep track of.
Yeah.
But this might eliminate that. That's kind of awesome.
Mm-hmm. Totally.
I feel like we've totally had this conversation about this app, and I just completely fucking brain farted it.
You blew it.
I did.
Your second chance.
All right. I won't blow it this time. That's funny.
My other favorite app. Yep. Well, I have a lot, but the Square.
Oh, I need to get that.
Anybody that's not using the Square that has an iPhone
is dumb.
And is paying,
or it works for Android too.
Oh yeah. Okay. Cool. Yeah. If you're paying for a credit card machine, you're crazy.
Oh, look, my husband and I are going through a nightmare right now with a fucking credit card machine company that he leased his credit card machine through for his barbershop.
Oh God.
They're trying to come after us and saying that we were in breach of contract, which we totally weren't, and we've had a lawyer look it over, and they're just douchebags. But he went to the Square, and I figured out, because he's had it for a year now, and I figured out when I got our statements, all of our income stuff ready for our accountant this last year when we did our taxes, that we saved almost $500 in a year's time because that fucking credit card machine was so expensive.
Wow. Not just look at that. That's just you've got the proof there. It's so true. Mm-hmm. I had a friend that did the same thing. She's a small scale artist, and it's this credit card machine, it was ridiculous.
Fees upon fees, and it's just, and then when my husband's barbershop got broken into, we had trouble getting them to replace it, even though he paid monthly insurance on it.
Oh yeah,
it was so weird. We're like, what the? It's not insured against. They tried to say it wasn't insured against theft, and we're like,
oh my God,
how can it not be insured against theft? Fuck you.
Yeah, it's criminal. Yeah, and I see a lot of companies now, small companies, using their iPads with the Square, and they just use that as their cash register, and and that's the smartest thing to do. It's so inexpensive. It's straightforward what the percentage is.
Oh yeah, and you don't have anything extra. No extra fees. Nothing.
And the Square itself, the thing that plugs into your phone or your iPad, it's free.
Mm-hmm. It's free. Exactly. And the app is free. No, it's really great, and my husband loves it so much. The only problem that he's had with him is that he had to order a stylus for his phone because his old dudes did not like signing their statement with their finger.
Oh, yeah. I love the stylus, though.
Yeah, it's really cool. Yeah, because he's got some really old guys, and really old guys are really fucking set in their system of existence. Mm-hmm. And they don't like things you have to sign with your finger.
Yeah. No. But at least like nowadays, like they have to sign with a stylist at the grocery store and stuff.
Yeah.
If they use their credit card, so they're
They've
kind of
been
used to
kind of
that.
eased into it, and UPS has been doing this for years. Like you
Yeah.
have to sign with a stylist. So yeah, that is a good app. And actually, I've been really thinking about getting one, just because I don't think that you have to use it. Like there's not a certain, like I don't have to use it for a certain length of time every year or whatever. It's just whenever I need
not
it,
at all.
right?
You know what? And it has been really awesome, actually, is that, well, first of all, when I do shows, I make money because, I mean, even though I have to pay a small percentage, but if somebody's like, oh, I don't have any cash on me, no problem.
Here you
You
go.
know, for many years, I was like one of the only people that had that. So there may be like 3 other people that would have that. And other
That's really
vendors, you know.
awesome.
Yeah, but now most people have it. But I've even used it like personally, like if I sold something from my house, like if somebody's like, oh, I want that, or like when I do trunk shows at my old job unexpectedly, then I could always take a card. Or I've even used it for when I used to do chicken sitting. Side note, audience, I used to do chicken sitting. We can talk about that later. But I could take a card for that, even though I was losing a little bit of money. It still was like made it convenient for the customer.
Yeah, but it's like
And I knew I was
pennies on the
gonna get
dollar. So
Yeah.
it's not that much. The percentage, I can't remember what the percentage is, but it's not.
I think it might be up to like 3%, maybe a little less than 3% now.
But it's just
somewhere around
3% off of every purchase, and it's really literally pennies on the dollar. It's not that big of a deal. Now, on that app, can you enter a credit card information through the app without a card to slide through the little square attachment?
Yeah, you can type in the number because it's like if
Awesome.
it doesn't swipe or something.
That's good to know.
Yeah, you
That's
can,
really cool.
and it keeps track of everything. So like, you can look at your old. It's a really easy app to use.
That's cool.
It's awesome.
I think I am
So-
going to order one because if you, it's there's no minimum usage. Like if you're not using it, you're not paying, and when you do use it, you do pay, and that's
Yeah, like the
there's no
last thing I had in
commitment.
here-
I guess that's what I'm thinking.
No, not at all. I mean, the last thing I had was like June.
I think I might do that because I've had a couple of people recently approach me about buying things from me, but they didn't want to deal with PayPal. And I'm not sure why they don't want to deal with PayPal because, quite frankly, I think PayPal, they take a fee off, but I feel like it's worth it because you have a guarantee through PayPal when you're ordering stuff online. But some people just don't want to fuck with them. They don't like PayPal for some reason. They don't want to deal with it. And I'm like, well, that's kind of the only way I can accept money right now if you don't live near me and can't come bring me cash.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not going to take a check from you through the mail. I'm not going to take a money order. Like, if it makes it difficult for me, I'm not going to fucking sell you shit. So.
Right. Totally. Yeah. Yeah. I
So,
love PayPal.
I do too. Actually, that's one of the apps I was going to talk about is PayPal.
Oh, okay. I don't have a PayPal app on my phone. I guess just because I have the Square.
Yeah, well, I just use the app. It helps me keep track of because, like, I use my personal PayPal account right now for Two Artsy Gals stuff too, and it just kind of like it notifies you when you need to ship something. It sends you reminders to, hey, somebody bought this, ship it. Oh god, that was funny. I'm sorry. Aww.
Oh.
Sharon has to record during the day today, so her little guys are here. Her little dude is feeling the need for some love. But yeah, it sends me little reminders of when I need to ship things out because sometimes I kind of forget that.
Oh, that's that's cool. I didn't know that it reminded you.
Yeah, it gives you little push notifications. Like,
Oh,
hey,
that's cool.
did you remember to mail this to so and so? And
that's cool.
It alerts you when you have money put in your account.
Yeah, I knew that. That's why I like it with eBay, having PayPal connected with eBay. It just makes everything so smooth.
Well, and I also have it connected to my Etsy. So
Oh, yeah.
that works really great. And those are all of those actually have their own apps. The eBay, Etsy, and PayPal. And I use all 3 of them regularly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, those are all great ones.
And I mean, Amazon also, even though Amazon can't work with PayPal.
Which is such a bummer.
I know. And I guess if you get an Amazon credit card,
Mm-hmm.
or wait, is it a PayPal credit card? I don't remember which it was. Never mind. I was trying to I figured out a way that they would all work together, but I think it's that you have to have the PayPal credit card to be able to, then you can spend your PayPal balance on Amazon stuff that way, because you can set the PayPal credit card to spend your balance before it charges you. Like before you're making a charge on credit. So that's kind of a pain in the ass, and I don't want another credit card. So, but all of those actually make it easier for me to, I don't know, when you're thinking in the moment, hey, I need this, or hey, I'm out of this. It's so easy to just pick up your phone and look on Etsy or look on eBay or look on PayPal instead of forgetting about it. And then for 2 weeks going, oh, I forgot to look at that. Or every time you go to get a certain kind of paint and you remember, damn, I forgot to order it. It just makes it way easier, those apps.
Oh, totally.
Although it does make it easier to spend money.
Yeah, that's true. One of the other apps that I really like is Pinterest. I
use that a lot. I was going to talk about that more because I definitely use that for art, like for artistic purposes. So when we get down here to there's a couple more apps I want to throw out here about shopping kind of really quick.
I'm being bad. I'm not looking at our list.
That's okay. Well, it's kind of hard to look at a list when you have a 2-year-old sitting on your head. Which she actually just had a 2-year-old sitting on her head. And it was a surprisingly quiet process. I'm stunned that it wasn't louder. That's hilarious. Just as far as shopping goes, other apps that I always have on my phone are the Joann Fabrics app and the Michaels app.
Yes, me too.
Because they have coupons that you can digital coupons that you can pull up when you're in the store. And I no longer have to remember to bring a piece of paper to the store with me, which I'm going to forget.
Totally. Yes, I love both of those. And I love that they can just scan it on your phone. I love it. I love it.
I was at Joann's the other day, and the lady that was waiting on me said, if it's not weird that I use your phone, I can find you more coupons. And I don't know what website she went to or what else that she did, but she found 2 more coupons for me.
Yeah, I've had that happen too. And it's awesome. Like, bless your heart, Joann's ladies, because you always come through.
And my friend Becky actually told me the other day that Joann will honor Michael's coupons.
Oh, I think I knew that, but I had just forgotten.
I've never tried it, but
yeah,
I'm going to try it next time. Cause I spend enough freaking money there. Yeah, there's one really pretty close to that great big Super Joann's is really close to my house. So it's dangerous. Thankfully, it's not close enough to this realistic walking distance at all.
Oh, that would be bad.
Because Kurt we would have to move. My husband would say, all right, load the moving van. We're out. But because I can't be trusted in that store.
Oh my God.
But those two are awesome. And then another website or another kind of shopping-ish but creative type app that I use a lot is Craftsy.
Oh.
And in conjunction with Craftsy, they also have, it's called Knitting on my phone, but you can search for knitting and crochet patterns with it.
Oh, cool.
And some of them are free and some of them you pay for. And the Craftsy app is all kinds of creative classes.
Oh, cool.
And they have huge sales, and I just recently bought one that was a class on inserting zippers. Because
awesome.
That is my sewing kryptonite. Zippers are hard.
Is it class? You mean like they send you a video?
Well, you watch videos. It streams from the app.
Oh, cool.
You just watch the videos there. And I believe they have a website too, and your purchases in app also transfer over to the website, so you can, if you would prefer to watch the classes on your computer monitor that's bigger, you can also do that. So but I've learned they have some cool classes, and it's not just the Craftsy app is not just sewing and knitting and crochet. They have all kinds of classes.
Oh, that's awesome.
So, and I guess I also have an app that I use that it's not well, we'll move into the the artsy apps, because this kind of moves into that. It's a free app, but I pay once yearly for membership to the Instructables website.
Oh, yeah.
And that is freaking awesome.
That's awesome.
That's how you can watch videos on, people just post instructional videos. And, you know, when I'm unsure about my wiring, my LED wiring circuits, I can get on there and find a video with my specific problem and watch. Sometimes they're video, sometimes they're PDF with pictures.
Oh, cool.
But anything like that, like anything you can imagine is on there. Seriously. I love the Instructables site, and I love that they have a phone app now.
That's awesome.
Because even sometimes when I'm thinking about, I see something out in the world and I'm like, ooh, how did they do that? I'm going to forget when I go home.
Mm-hmm.
But if I look it up on Instructables, it remembers my last search, and I'll look at it and then I'll be like, okay, I'm going to watch this more later. But then I have it there, and so I remember.
That's awesome.
But it's a great, great app. So, and then you were talking about Pinterest.
Mm-hmm. I love Pinterest.
I do too, and I kind of didn't get Pinterest at first. It was a little bit irritating to me, but as time has gone over, I've discovered that I can have for different projects, different folders where I collect all kinds of reference or imagery that is like inspiration or example, and I don't have to share those with the public. They can be private for me.
Mm-hmm.
Or they can
Which
be
is a new feature.
Yeah. And they can be between you and a couple other people. And I used it recently for our mail art group because somebody asked for some kind of visual reference point for the project that we're working on. And so I just kind of got together some stuff and made and shared the album with the group.
Oh, nice.
So it works really, really well for that kind of stuff, for storing stuff and just tagging shit you like.
Right. And you can even tag your own stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You know, obviously, if you have a website or something. And so it's a nice place if somebody wants to just look at all your cards or all your whatever that you make.
Mm-hmm.
And then people can follow you on Pinterest also. So it can be kind of another social media.
I can let my dog out of here really quick. Now, don't you fucking bark when I do this. Jeez. So, yeah, one thing that I do want to point out about Pinterest, because we always talk about it here on Two Artsy Gals, is that you really need to be aware of copyright laws and crediting the artist when you're doing stuff on Pinterest. Because I have a couple of friends who've had trouble with people having whole folders named for them with full of their stuff, and it gets a little bit weird and confusing, and it kind of
like it says the wrong name on it. You mean?
Well, like say I had a folder that said Sharon Rowland, and it was just full of all of your work. So it gets a little bit, it's just a little close to copyright infringement, and that has always been kind of a questionable zone with Pinterest. So,
yeah.
And they're not crediting it. I guess I should clarify that they're not like linking back to these other artists' websites, or they're not crediting it to the artist.
Oh.
So it's just kind
They're
of
just
weird.
saying their name, but not linking them back.
Yeah. So it's important to keep that in mind when you're using that site. But it is really great to keep track of all kinds of inspirational things and to get your name out there when you're trying to sell your work or make people aware of your work, because shit spreads on Pinterest like wildfire.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, it's kind of crazy.
So I have just a couple more creative apps because we're kind of running close on time here, but if you didn't get a chance to use this, I just discovered this here a couple weeks ago. It's called Color Viewfinder.
Oh, yeah?
It is so freaking cool. It uses your camera in your phone, and you scan around, like say you're walking down the street and you see a beautiful tree in fall colors. And you're like, oh, that's really cool. So you open this Color Viewfinder app and you hold it up and you kind of move it around until it gives you like a little block, a color palette at the bottom of the picture. So you snap the picture and then you have it. But not only does it do that, this is super great for graphic designers or people who do digital artwork, because not only does it give you the picture with this color palette, like kind of like paint chips spread across the bottom, but it also gives you the hex code for each color.
Oh, that's rad.
So you can just go into your, Adobe program or whatever, Illustrator or Photoshop, and enter the hex code and have that exact color to work from.
That's
and
awesome.
you can save them all in your phone, and you can actually save the picture into your camera's photo album.
Uh-huh.
It is so cool. I love it so much.
Oh, it just came up with this ingenious idea. Maybe it's
Uh-oh.
already invented. Maybe I'm going to make millions.
What?
Maybe I shouldn't say it on here.
Maybe you shouldn't. Tell me when we're done recording.
I will.
And then I'll steal it from you.
Okay, and then you got to split the money with me.
All right. But yeah, that is awesome. And along those same lines, I use this app called PicStitch, which you see everybody uses. There, I think, are several different ones where people will post like pictures where they're all collaged or quilt worked together. And so when people post them on Facebook or Instagram, you'll see like a grouping of pictures.
Mm-hmm.
That's all one picture. That's what PicStitch does. But I sometimes use that when I'm trying to build color palettes, or
cool.
when I have if I'm going through, say, the grocery store and I see, I take pictures of some fruits and vegetables and then I lump them together and kind of use those as inspiration for either color palette or subject matter in a piece that I'm going to do. Because you never know when you're going to get struck with an idea for something.
Yeah, totally.
And I mean, even just using your camera on your phone for that is good. Did you have any other creative, like kind of creativity based or artistic based apps that you use? I mean, I kind of researched it because I felt like I wanted to have more on there, but again, I got into this zone where it kind of felt like it wasn't genuine, and I was just struggling to learn about something I didn't know about just for subject matter for the episode, and just kind of felt forced to me. But these are the ones that I use. But be aware that there are all kinds of them out there.
Yeah, totally. There's tons.
Like, I'm not someone who really enjoys sketching for work digitally, but there's one called Sketches that's kind of cool, and there are several digital sketching apps that you can use just to kind of sketch down ideas if that's the way you do things. I don't typically like to do it that way, but there are tons of them out there. I thought it would be fun to kind of talk about our favorite silly app. I'm going to play you a sound from my app, my favorite silly app, really quick. But you have to be careful, don't get carried away with it, because I almost broke my iPhone the other day. Let me turn the volume up on this and I'll see if you can hear it. Can you hear that?
Yeah.
It is a lightsaber app. And when you turn it on, it makes it sounds like a lightsaber opening. And when you move
That's
your...
awesome.
Yeah, it's awesome. I use it all the time. But my niece and I did smash our phones together, clank our iPhones together, and we were like, oh, okay. We just got carried away.
Awesome.
But it's my favorite silly app. I use it sometimes sometimes I just take it out and wave it at people because I want to cut their heads off with a lightsaber. And I want them to feel threatened by it. But then they just go, that's really cool.
That's awesome.
I don't know if you have a silly app that just kind of makes you smile for no good reason.
Yeah, I don't know, but now I feel like I need that.
You need the lightsaber app. So we can play lightsabers the next time we're together.
Yeah.
Because,
I like it.
I don't
Do
know.
it.
It's crazy. Anyway, we don't have any listener mail today. And we don't really have any announcements, but you did hear the commercial at the beginning of this episode. Sharon and I talking about sponsorship opportunities. So just a reminder, go to our blog and check out the tab Sponsor Us that I'm going to add to our page. And you can see that at www. I don't ever do the www. Do people actually use that anymore?
I don't know.
I don't know. www.2artygals.wordpress.com. So go over there, and I'll have some show notes too, and maybe not a lot of links this week, but that's about it for today.
Okay.
So until next time, make some cool shit, yo!
Yo!
Bye!
Bye!